everybody, and welcome to WayPoint, your one spot for all things relating to content creation. And here on the channel for WayPoint, what we're doing is we're essentially doing a full collaboration where we are actually bringing in multiple content creators every single week, every single month, to be able to discuss all different types of content, our interests, our passions, our backgrounds, and kind of be able to put it all together for you. And the idea behind all of it is that allowing a lot of good friends to be able to come together to collaborate, bounce ideas off each other, but also be able to talk to you guys and talk to the greater community about the things that we enjoy, talking about video games, talking about the consoles that are coming out, talking about getting into the nitty gritty when it comes to content creation itself, analytics, Twitch, YouTube, how things work, what the projects we're working on, and being able to figure out and bounce ideas off each other to see what's working and what's not. So it's a larger platform for all of us to get together to talk about what we can do to help each other and support each other when it comes to content creation. But we can also take it a step further by talking about all the nerdy things that we love, getting into movies, ranking, talking about retro games, current games, and everything under the sun that we kind of enjoy. And with that, this episode is really just kind of our pilot and our full rundown of who we are and what we're bringing to the table and what we're excited to be able to do with you every single week and every single month. So to kick it off, I'm actually going to be swinging over to Al, who is going to go through for himself and talk a little bit about what he brings to the table, his Twitch channel, and all things Al. Al, take it away.
Hey guys, I'm Alec Bobko. I've very recently got into content creation. For WayPoint, I look at it as a way to deep dive into more content creation, talk about that, talk about anything gaming, music, movies, basically whatever I'm into at that point. I'm also huge into tech, so I'd love to bring some sort of tech reviews maybe to the channel. And a little bit into my background. Like I said, I recently got into streaming this year. We're all, because of COVID, we're all shut into our houses. Literally had nothing else to do. So I'm like, I'm going to finally hit that go live button on Twitch. I really don't have I've been listening to podcasts and YouTubers, Twitch streamers and all that for years now. And it's always been that little bug in my ear of like, it'd be so cool to do that someday, to just, essentially get paid to play video games and make content like that. It's one of those, like, for the longest time, I was an introvert. I was, I should say more introverted, but the thing that got me out of my shell was working in retail, because there you had to talk to people. Otherwise you'd get fired. Yeah. So, eventually I just shut in place back in March and saw a lot of friends streaming and all that. And then come May, when it's been 2-3 months at that point of being stuck at home, I just hit the go live button and been streaming since then. I did take about a month off at first, but then my regular stream started up in June, and been streaming every Tuesday and Thursday regularly, at least when I'm not close to my data cap. But yeah, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/albob875. I'm also on Twitter at albob875 and Instagram at the same name.
That's awesome. Thanks, Al. I think a lot of us can relate too, because we have a lot of similar backgrounds, right? And I think for a lot of us too, even on here as being young content creators, going through all this learning stuff, a lot of it is learn on the fly and learn as we go. Mm-hmm. And also with recent events, I think it's been a lot of that. It's kind of the same story for a lot of us of like, okay, this kind of feels like the time, or I should be taking the opportunities now to explore something, be it podcast, Twitch, YouTube, that kind of thing. Next on my screen, Jordan, you're up, my man.
All right, so my name is Jordan Deeb. I don't necessarily call myself a content creator, because to me, doing these creative things is much more of a hobby. I used to do a lot of musical theater back in like middle school, high school, and a little bit in college, and this now doing podcasts with friends of mine, Twitch streaming, which I've done, it scratches that same internal itch I have, which is, I guess, to entertain, or more likely just to be the center of attention for a few minutes.
Speaking of the here, man.
Yeah. But no, so I just view this a lot more as a hobby, and I feel like I've always needed something like this, of just like I could pop in and pop out as needed. My goal in life is not to become a content creator. I'm in grad school. I'm gonna get a public administration degree and just work in government stuff. Live a normal life, but just I love doing this type of stuff on the sides. I started a Twitch channel in 2019 with a friend of mine, and we liked to stream together. And then when I went back to school, it was on hiatus till my school semester ended this year, and we did it again for the summer. And she moved, so now we're going to start doing streams by ourselves, but both on the same channel. And that Twitch would be twitch.tv/orphangamers. And then my Twitter, which is filled with memes, political takes, and gaming takes, is Jordan_Deeb.
Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, I think that's a lot of us too, right? Is the idea of like, it's a hobby. It's just something I like to do on the side. It's to be able to explore. I really agree with the idea, and I think we do too, of like the idea of like it scratches the itch of, okay, I got to get an outlet. I have this in my idea in my head, like I was talking about, or you had the creative itch of something you wanted to do when you were younger, and you wanted to be able to at least get that out there, once in a while, to be able to kind of hit that for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Rumble Pack 92. Please, my man, introduce yourself. Let the larger land know about you.
Let's go, baby. What's up, everyone? I'm going to intro you just like I intro on my Twitch. My name is Chris, a.k.a. Rumble Pack 92. Of course, I already stream on Twitch and stuff, but I am here a part of Rumble Pack, a part of Rumble Pack. Look at me go. A part of WayPoint now is Austin here to my right. Far right over Josh on my screen. Reached out to me one day, and he was like, I've been wanting to do something collaborative for a little while, and so something different, like outside of necessarily like Twitch streaming and that sort of thing. But he basically came to me. He's like, I have this idea. He came to me like Nick Fury, and he's like, I'm putting together a team, right? and he was like, I had a lot of fun with you on this episode. I want to do that with, and I went, yes, of course, absolutely. And if you haven't watched our podcast that we do together, you should. But as far as my own background, I actually just started. Like, Twitch is technically my second attempt at content creation. I started it at the end of July earlier this year after I got laid off from my job, and I sat down and I was like, well, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And now I have all of this time. Like, what else am I going to do? I'm unemployed and I'm here. Content creation as a whole is something that I've actually wanted to do for a very, very, very long time, like years on years. That was constantly put off either just by my own mental state or just not having access to the equipment that I needed in order to do it. And so now, I mean, now we're here, and I'm doing it, and I'm also just part of this because I like hanging out with all of you guys. I relish the idea of being able to work with all of you and make something really, really cool that I wouldn't be able to do on my own. I just think it's a really cool opportunity, and doing a deep dive into creation itself, I think is something that's kind of unique. You don't see a lot of other people kind of doing that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm all in for it. But I mean, yeah, I got into it because I dropped out of college. I didn't pay all that much attention in high school, even just because a lot of I just wasn't interested in running a traditional job, if you will. I guess there was something about it where I was just like, I can't get behind it. And so I'm chasing after this as a career, man. I'm trying to make something out of this, and I see this opportunity, and even if it doesn't pan out, I'm sitting on it. It's like, well, I won't know if I don't try. And so, yeah, this is just another branch of that. If you're interested at all in hanging out with me on Twitch, you can follow me at twitch.tv/RumblePack92. If you want to hear me scream about things on the internet, of course, you can follow me on Twitter, also at RumblePack92. I have one video currently up on my YouTube channel, which is just RumblePack92. And I have an Instagram that sometimes I use, which is also RumblePack92. Josh made me make it.
I made everyone make their Instagram accounts,
Yeah, I noticed the trend. Thank you, Chris. I agree. It's it comes out of a little bit of necessity, right? Because I know that when like you and I first connected to, or I'm just ripping you on your Twitch, and it was kind of all pretty much, and it was all through Josh, who's coming up next. But hearing that about how it's kind of born out of necessity and desire too, of like, well, the stars kind of align, even if they're negative, and it's not ideal, but what comes out of it is some really cool stuff where you've been able to go on different podcasts and grow your Twitch and get your followers up and be engaged in the community and see it and kind of grow already, even in such a short period of time. I think it shows you that you're like, okay, I got something here and I'm going to be able to see this kind of thing grow, right? And really play with it. Which leads us to the marketing manager and the marketing guru to the stars, to the little tiny stars that we are. But is he this way or is he this way? I'm going to say
other way, Chris.
I don't know where I am.
Other way.
Right now.
To me, you're this way.
Not on mine. He's not. He's right here.
Right, but it's mirrored. The camera's mirrored.
Not this way.
I will be kicking it over to the man, some other Josh. Josh, you are up, my man.
What is up? I'm Josh, aka some other Josh, as Matt said, and I am the digital arts kid turned marketing major. Basically, I've always had an interest in content creation for the longest time, and throughout high school, I was starting to explore that a little bit, taking digital art classes, animation classes, and just kind of fooling around with my friends and just making fun stuff that I always liked seeing other people make. And then I wanted to explore that as a career, actually, but I feel like you get to your senior year, everyone tells you to do something "quote unquote" practical, and I just kind of got discouraged and pushed towards marketing. But in that time, and my first couple semesters, I noticed that I could start to take what I was learning in marketing class and kind of apply that to content creation and kind of my own self brand. And so I've always had the interest in taking content creation a lot further, but just either haven't had the know-how or the equipment or anything. I kind of am the self-proclaimed, jack of all trades, but master of none. I like to put it. And I also considered myself everyone's, guy in the chair. I've worked with a couple of these guys behind the scenes on their own content and stuff like that in the DMs, working on the brand, all the fun stuff. Exactly. And so I think I come to WayPoint, already working with them, but also wanting to learn more and grow more as a content creator, but also wanting to get my voice out there and, talk about all the dumb, nerdy stuff I love to talk about with all the cool guys I like to shoot the shit with on the internet,
And Josh,
Exactly.
that's the big thing that I always notice too, and I think the other guys do as well, is, you kind of coming out of nowhere as the guy in the chair for a lot of us. But what's interesting about doing this group and having WayPoint, it allows us, like for me, to be able to get another perspective, or Chris, on what is the marketing side of it, the promotional side. What do you see that's trending right now that we're not looking at, or what do you think that is really gravitating at audiences and why? And that's part of what I think that this channel can do, is explore those other topics, because I think it's
Right.
the things that we've all been talking about already. And before we started recording is, we can get into the stuff that we love of just, video games and movies and music and all the bigger topics. But I think it gets really interesting when we can start narrowing down everyone's kind of niche in terms of what they're really qualified and what they're really, in tune with. If it's going to be things like marketing and how things are running on the internet, and I say running, but like what is the top kind of discussions and things and where things are going, what is riding the wave, like TikTok.
What's the algorithm doing?
And what's the algorithm doing today? Don't even understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, Josh is our resident TikTok master for
Yeah,
sure.
I keep saying get on
That's
TikTok.
right.
Like I can't.
I'm on TikTok, and it's got some gold on there, just a little bit. You have to be on the right side.
I can't do it, man.
No,
Yeah, I'm with Chris.
the good ones make it to Twitter.
You guys don't want to.
you.
You guys don't want to do a WayPoint renegade.
Oh,
I'm down. I'm down.
now,
I'll
man,
join you
now
on the
I'm
WayPoint
interested.
TikTok.
Josh might have been the only one that understood that reference.
I did. Probably.
Thank you.
I'm going to swing it over to our next gentleman, who is, I guess, considered the Nick Fury of it all, because Mr. Austin is the brainchild behind everything for WayPoint and bringing all of this originally together to bring us all here online, virtually, to be able to connect with all of us. So, Austin, tell us a little bit about you and really like what brought this idea even together for you. What kind of sprung it on, and a little bit more about you.
Yeah, for the most part, I have no idea what I'm doing. I never have any idea what I'm doing, and I just wanted help, and I wanted a safe place to go and learn and create with other people. So that's the basis of it. I just kind of wanted to feel like I had people who had my back, and I feel like I found that, and I feel like this is something that could just continue to grow, and I'm stoked to see where it goes for sure. I never saw myself as a brainchild, so that's new. But I'll roll with that. Me,
You are now, yeah.
I am just a dumb nerd who dropped out of college. I was pursuing a psychology degree, and I got to my third year, almost into my fourth year, and I was like, I hate all of this. This is not what I want to do. It got to the point where medication and then labeling people just so you can give them medication and then billing them a bunch of money, it just wasn't something I wanted to deal with. I originally went to be a school counselor, but they changed the program the year I went to college. And so then I had to take a teaching class and take 2 years of teaching, and that's not something I wanted to do. Regardless of all that, that led me to the path of content creation. When I dropped out of college, I was like, I need something to do. So my initial place to go was YouTube, and I created Let's Plays. I don't know if any of you even knew I did Let's Plays, but I have a bunch of Let's Plays on my YouTube channel, Not So Orthodox, from about 3 years ago. They are absolute garbage. The editing is terrible, but I did it. And the thing about it is you can see genuine improvement as I go. So that's good. After that, I went through a bad breakup, and I never felt like emotionally stable enough to like present myself on camera. I didn't feel like I could just fake it. So I took a break expecting it to be a couple weeks, maybe a month. And then a year and a half went by, and then I was like, I should probably get back to this because I found a better woman in my life. Her name's Hallie. She's great, and I've never been happier. So she kind of put my mental state in a way better place. And so I started creating again. And I started that with a blog. Please brace yourself for all these names because none of them are the same. LunarHostageGaming.com is my blog. Lunar Hostage was something I came up with, which is also my Instagram. The one Instagram account here that Josh didn't make us make was mine, probably. Yeah, he would have probably given me a better name, so maybe he should have told me. Yeah, so I have the blog at LunarHostageGaming.com. It's all my reviews. I review video games. I review some Ghibli films, just anything I feel like at the moment. And then my YouTube channel, That's Orthodox, has Let's Plays from 3 years ago, and a podcast called Project Personality Podcast, where I pick a fictional character. A guest comes on, and they kind of just lead us through the 16 personalities test, and we take a test for a fictional character. That's not something you see every day. So if nothing else, I thought it was a unique concept that could just, again, at the very least, just be fun. You find out that, I don't know, Master Chief is just not anything like you thought. Maybe he's extroverted.
Super into
Probably
butt
not.
stuff.
But but yeah, so it starts a really cool conversation. Master Chief is not into butt stuff. Can confirm. Took the test.
I'm gonna ask Phil Spencer himself.
Yeah,
to
ask
confirm
Phil.
that.
I don't like that.
Don't do that. So yeah, I kind of dabble in a bunch of stuff.
I'm gonna tweet at Phil Spencer right now.
There you go.
I
That's how
dabble
you
in a
kick
bunch of stuff, either reviewing or making a podcast or some Let's Plays. I did one Let's Play just to test out my PS4 and without a camera, just my voice playing over some Fall Guys gameplay. That was fun. My dog is in the audio. She's whining because I'm not paying attention to her because I'm playing a game. I know I'm the worst type of human. Yeah, I created WayPoint as a way to just collaborate and have people at your back. So that's what I hope this turns into.
Very cool, Nick Fury. Now the question is who won the personality test? Because I know that Chris and I have both done it. Who won the test? Who got the highest score on the test?
You know you don't win a test. Come on now. Also, your episode hasn't gone live yet.
Oh,
So
teaser.
they got to
say
tune
that.
into your
Spoiler
channel.
alert.
And guys,
bad idea. Yeah. Yes.
so I was going to say Nick Fury, but Austin, it's very much, I think, a recurring theme too of like, one, thank you for putting this together, because we all chat like individually, a couple of us together, and then we started actually talking way more and more, and there's a ton of overlap there. And I think it's an amazing, you sparked an amazing catalyst for all of this to bring us over to say, you know what, can we try this, kind of have this idea. And what's really cool is to see everyone just immediately be like, yeah, I'm in, like, let's do it, let's figure it out. And you're dealing with people that are in entirely different time zones and countries and everything too, right? And it's really cool to see that you can just throw that out there, right? And go, hey, do you guys want to collaborate? Do you want to try something? And it creates this nice spot where, yeah, everyone can come in and pitch stuff and be able to talk about different ideas and topics. So it's really awesome that you threw it together, my friend.
Yeah, I'm just glad you guys said yes. We are.
Hilarious. We all blocked him.
Just like unfriend, unfollow.
Follow. Bring him right back. And guys, I will, I guess, close it off, but I'm Matt. I have my YouTube channel, youtube.com/assemble show. And as you can kind of tell by the background, it is all dealing with dorky, nerdy stuff with the figures and statues. And what I've done is very much the story of like everybody else here. Hobby, like Jordan, where it's like, you know what? I just want to scratch that creative itch that I had like a long time ago and never really explored, but knew that I wanted to get into something. And timing, like Chris, and wanting to understand more social media stuff, like Josh and Al, and like really expand and like get online and like a little bit of everybody, right? And even for me in the last couple of months, it's been starting the channel and exploring different avenues of like what's working, what's not, and trying out different like shows and series and things like that. So yeah, it's, for me, it's about community, and the show that I have is covering all the stuff that we all kind of talk about anyways, which is awesome, which is going to be anything from, Marvel and DC movies and gaming news and coverage and things like that, and statue and figure review unboxings that are surrounding me and drowning me right now. But yeah, it's what led me to all this is like, obviously it's just interesting. I find that even in a short time of connecting with each person separately, and then be like, wow, there's this crazy overlap in community. And then it's like, okay, then it can spark into this. And this is, like Chris has said too, this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, as well as, man, when can I get to a point where you're trying to run as fast as you can, right? You got 20 ideas in your head of like, this is what I want to do. But that little idea of like, man, I love to do the collaboration stuff, or talk about, with like a bunch of people to talk about maybe what's going on in the industry for YouTube and Twitch, and ideas, and thinking about, well, what is working on channels and what's not. And also, where do we think things are going to go in a couple of years? And really even talking about that at a high level. So all those different topics, and then even getting into the nerdy stuff of just consoles. When the consoles launch, let's talk about that. So yeah, the whole channel has me excited. So that's what brings me here.
Quick survey: who got a next gen console pre-order that wanted one?
Yep,
I did.
Target canceled mine.
Did they?
Ooh.
I had one and they ripped it away from me.
You didn't get another one back? Or is it just
It's all sold out now. I can't get it right now.
What were you getting? The Xbox?
PlayStation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I have a PC. I don't need to buy an Xbox. So yeah.
Same.
My PC is like a supplement to like my PS4, because I'd say it's a little bit less powerful than a PS4. So it's just like I can't always jump on the PC bandwagon, but like I'm getting there.
Fair enough.
You're migrating?
It's
That was
just,
what
I'm
kept
using
me,
it to play stuff I
you
missed out on. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, it's fine. As I
No.
just kept trying to barrel through it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to use my PC just like a supplement for games that I missed. Like, I've never played a Fallout, because when I
Yeah,
was in
I
high
missed
school and stuff, I just thought it was another FPS, and those have never been my jam. So like when I eventually want to play them, it's like I have them on my PC because my PS3 no longer works. So it's like that gen of games is like what I'm trying to supplement. But I played a few modern games on it. One of which
I think
will
I just
actually
hurt Austin's feelings.
Yeah, a lot. Fallout 3 is my favorite game of all time. So
I've played
thanks.
like 5
Appreciate
hours
it.
of Fallout 3.
It's okay.
Spent a lot of time in character creation.
Okay.
I'm with Jordan.
All 5 hours.
I didn't play any of the Fallout. Same thing. I think I played a couple hours of Fallout 3, or maybe it was New Vegas. And I even threw this online. You guys saw it. I was like, I want to pick up Final Fantasy. I didn't really play any of them. I played one on PS2, and that's the last memory I have. So I don't dig turn-based style games. I always think I'm going to like it. Very much like Assassin's Creed. I don't know about you, but I try every year with Assassin's Creed games. I either get them at launch or like when they go on sale, and I think I'm in, and I get 10 hours in, and then I just feel like I'm just running around in the desert.
I have tried to play one Assassin's Creed game, and it's because as a history buff, I really, really love the American Revolution. So Assassin's Creed 3. Unfortunately, that was not the best of the Assassin's Creed.
See, I actually loved Assassin's Creed 3. But as far as like there's a definite shift from I wouldn't even say 3, I'd say from like Black Flag onward, like past Assassin's Creed 4 is they started doing some different stuff, because that was kind of where the Desmond story ends. And that was, I don't know if I'm in the minority on this or not, but something I would hear back during like the original trilogy days was, it's like I wish they would just take all the modern day stuff out of it. But I was like, actually, the modern day story was my favorite aspect of the game. Like it was really cool to go into these like almost historically accurate places and do all that sort of thing. But it was the overarching story that kept me interested in the whole thing. And then after 4, it just kind of came to a screeching halt, and I'm just so much less interested in everything else since then. Like, despite I think the gameplay is fun, I enjoy playing them, but it's like I don't have a reason to keep playing it outside of just being within the world of it, you know?
I just don't have like 60, 80 hours to run
the
around.
The older ones were never that long. That's a new thing.
No, they weren't. They weren't. They got huge.
Well, they were pretty concise from what I remember.
Yeah, I would say like up through like probably up until about Unity. Yeah, they were maybe 20, 30 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aging myself, but maybe, I don't know, Jordan, maybe you can relate. I remember renting AC1 at Blockbuster. Like,
I don't want to sound like a dick, but how old do you think I am?
The fact that you called him out and not me makes me feel a lot better about myself.
Chris,
you're like, yo, maybe Jordan can relate. It's like, I mean, I remember renting games from Blockbuster. No,
I'm 28. I have so many memories of renting.
But I also come from like a small town, so our Blockbuster was here longer than most.
99 Video, anything like that? No, nothing.
Is that a Canadian thing?
Damn it.
99 Video?
Maybe.
Movie Gallery is the only Canadian thing I know
of. Bagged milk is what I know about.
Yeah, bagged milk.
Bagged milk, that's a thing.
Is that true? It's real, right?
I didn't even know bagged milk existed until last year when I saw it on TikTok, truth be told.
What? You live in Canada.
I get cartons like everyone else. I don't put my milk in a bag.
No, the milk is already in the bag.
It comes in the bag, yeah.
It comes in a bag.
I know, but
I don't put it in a bag. No one puts it in a bag.
I take it from a carton and then I export it out and I put it into some sort of bag and then put it in.
That's some Eastern Canadian shit. That doesn't fly over
in
here.
A bag. Can that be our first T-shirt? I don't put my milk in a bag.
I don't bag my milk.
For all of us, you the American fellows, the community here. There's no Eastern Canadian. It's not a thing.
Josh's milk is bagless.
So does Canada not have an east side?
It's all west, the whole thing.
No west. Yeah, there is east and west, but we also say like
Eastern Canadian.
But we don't say Eastern Canadian. But however, out east, we do say like out west. That's the very common thing. But maybe I guess in turn you guys say that we have bagged milk out east.
Yes, they have
okay, to clarify, we have cartons of milk in the store. I can go to a Costco or a Sobeys and I can get a carton of milk.
Right.
But what you will find in every Canadian grocery store is like the giant boxes. Like you open up the big fridge at the grocery store and it's bag milk. But they come in.
I've never seen that.
Do you
They
go
come
to
in
the
like
grocery
you
store,
tape it,
Josh?
and it's a 3-pack. So you get 3 bags in a bigger bag.
Wait, you don't get one at a time? Hold up.
Oh, you get 3 bags of milk. And then you
I'm
put them in
learning
your
so
What's
much
the point
about
of
bag
bagging
milk,
milk
and
if they're
I'm the
just going to put
second
it in another
Canadian here.
bag?
Here's my
That's
issue with the bag milk.
That'd
Is
be
it's
like I go
not
to the
refillable.
grocery store and I get a box and then I open that box and there's a carton of milk in there. Like, what's the point?
For the record.
Put it in
It's
one
For the
bag.
record, I've
so to flip it, it's like you go to the store and you guys would get you would see a box and you would open that box when you got home and you'd have 3 single cartons of milk.
No, because we
No.
get it in plastic gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a gallon?
I get
Oh,
mine
you
in plastic
jugs?
gallons.
Jugs, yeah.
The
we get
only
jugs.
Plastic
time I've
things,
ever
yeah.
bought
Funny
the only time I've ever bought less than a gallon of milk at a time is when I was like living on my own and did not expect to go through a lot of milk that week.
It's
Makes
not
sense.
weird. We have just it
That's
comes
weird.
in
It's
3
super
bags.
weird.
No, I get why it's better, but like, how do you reseal it? Like, how do you seal a bag?
You
It's
don't
not a
seal
Ziploc
it.
bag.
You take the bag. It goes into the milk container. You
But
take
then
the
you just
bag.
have
Put
have
it in your
open milk in your
Right,
fridge.
scissors the end of it, the tip of it.
But then like you just like I don't leave my jug without the lid on. So do you just have oxygen going into your milk at all times?
Yeah,
I prefer my milk deoxygenated.
but it's not like it's the whole.
Oh, God,
the
like,
hole
like,
isn't
it's
like this
air.
big. It's just you snip the end of it with scissors. I'm gonna have to bring milk on the show. Like you got to just snip the end with scissors, and then you got this little reservoir tip, and it pours out the tip. Right, Chris? Just the tip.
You don't use like a chip clip?
Why
Like a
was I
chip clip
called
to
out
like
for
close
that?
it off?
Yeah, I was
Weird
wondering
or
the
evil.
same
Why would I
thing.
put a chip clip on the end of my milk?
So
No,
let me.
there's
I
oxygen
need
going
to get my
through
head
it.
around this. I need to get my head around this. So here's the let me understand the process. All right.
Yes,
So
yes.
you go to the store.
Yes.
You take a big bag that has 3 smaller bags of milk in it. You take
I'm
that
starting to
home.
think this whole thing about it being better for the environment's bullshit.
So you take that home. All right. And then when you decide, hey, I want some cereal, you take one of the 3 smaller bags, you
Mhm.
open it up, you put that in another
Container,
container.
plastic container with a handle.
Does it have a lid?
Go look at the chat.
Do you want me to go get my milk?
Is it a pitcher?
It's
Like a
basically
pitcher.
like a pitcher.
Guys, just open up the chat.
Yeah,
I
it's
said
it's
a picture.
Discord. That's
Has your
that's
grandma
it.
'cause,
ever made a jug of sweet tea? Kind of like that, you know?
No,
That-
that part I get, but I guess what's weird for us is that the container that we buy milk in is the container that we keep milk in.
Yes.
And so for Americans, it stays in the jug until we're done with the gallon.
But this is what we're
But
seeing.
you have
what
to
Jordan
take it home and
posted
transfer it
in
into
Discord.
another container.
But what Jordan posted, like we pour cereal and have our milk with that whole structure. And then once that bag is empty, you throw that bag in the garbage, and then you take out the next bag and put it in the
So
plastic.
how much is
bin.
each
So much
bag
work for milk.
equivalent
Ooh.
to?
Okay, so each bag, like a 3. Well, they only come in 3 packs. It costs about right now because it's expensive. It costs about $6 for the 3 bags of milk.
I have a follow-up question.
Go.
So we
Canadian.
have like in schools, you get milk with like your lunch, and it's a little carton. Like
Little
a little
carton,
carton.
yeah.
We have those.
so we can also, I guess that was my question, is that we can also buy those same cartons at like a gas station. So do you not have like individual size bagged milk?
Like sandwich bags filled with
That's a
milk.
good question.
So, hold the hell on. You think that my alternative is to go to like Tim Hortons or Starbucks or whatever, or Dunkin' Donuts in the US and
We
buy,
have Tim Hortons.
go to a drive-through and buy just individual milk cartons?
No,
My
like
question is just
No,
if
like
you-
a
if you have-
Ziploc bag of
If you
Hold on.
have like that size, like the small individual cartons, is
with-
there an equivalent in bag form?
Yes, we have like 1 liters in carton.
That's still too big.
Now we're using
Yeah.
liters.
You're not
No,
getting it.
it can
talking
individualize.
like a Ziploc sandwich bag, but just with milk. You know?
No, you can't buy mini bags.
That's what
There
I'm
we
looking
go,
for.
mini
Okay,
bags.
that's what I'm looking
Okay.
for.
No, I'm with. Thank you, Josh. I'm not. No, we don't have that weirdo. We have big cartons. We have big bags.
So wait, does all milk come in a bag?
What?
Apparently, only some.
Does all the milk that is available come in a bag? Like
Chocolate
you could
milk.
choose. Let me just jump. Yeah, okay, so that was going to be my final question. Is there bagged Yoo-hoo in Canada?
Not bagged. Oh no, there's no bagged Yoo-hoo. Carton Yoo-hoo. No, plastic bottle. Plastic
Is there
bottle.
even
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo in
Okay,
Canada?
is there
I've
bagged
never seen it.
True Moo? Do you even have True Moo in Canada?
No.
Did you see the way
Yeah,
you
that,
had to
Go milk.
True moo?
It's true without the E, Moo.
No,
It's
I
a brand
figured
of chocolate
I
milk.
figured it all sounds like moo, like true moo. No,
True Moo.
you can get bagged milk, and you can get carton milk.
Now, is it
You-
only traditional beef milk or like almond, soy, oat milk?
We can get all of that, but those are all in cartons. You can
Okay.
only get traditional milk, 1% skim, 2% in bags, or in carton. Everything
The
like
cows
all-
produce the bags.
I was really hoping that all milk was bagged in Canada, if I'm honest. Like, I was
No.
really hoping for it.
in the out east, not
I
in the
haven't even
west.
seen it. Yeah, way out east. That's like Manitoba and just Manitoba and everything out east is all just bagged milk and not on the west side. That
The shitty
that shit
thing
doesn't
about
fly.
the bag milk is how much real estate it takes in your fridge. It's like half a fridge because you have 3 bags lying flat in your look in the Discord.
jeez.
That lying flat in your fridge. You have 3 of those.
Which
Fine,
is,
yeah.
so what Canadian fridges need is a milk shelf, like a pull-out one where that's where the milk goes.
Well, you do have not a milk shelf, but you do have almost a designated space in fridges for that handle.
This is the best podcast I've ever been
This
on.
is the
Holy
greatest
I
thing
need
I've ever
Matt
seen.
to do.
I'm also very
I
mad at
need Matt
Josh.
to do one of his collector's reviews where he does an unboxing of a collectible, but it's just his fridge of Canadian.
I'm just doing a vlog of my fridge for
was gonna
all
say,
my American.
Yes.
You know how at MTV Cribs there'd always be that part where they go into the kitchen and the rapper opens up his fridge? Like Matt needs to do that.
Yes.
I was gonna say I want a whole
Only
Top
milk.
Shelf
It's only
Tuesday episode ranking the best
Brand
bag
milk?
milk. Yeah,
Oh wait, we're
best
going
bags of milk.
because it's just everyone would just you guys would just question me, be like, the first thing would just be, the hell is bag milk, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, wait, hold up. So just to be clear, milk is the only. This is going to sound really weird out of context. That's the only liquid that they serve in a bag. Like I can't get a bag of apple juice.
No, you get a plastic jug of apple juice, or you can get the tin can.
So
What?
what
Not
Chris?
specifically
What?
apple juice, though. He's asking
Orange
any
juice,
liquid.
cranberry juice. Is there
Oh.
any other
That bag.
bagged Pepsi?
No, milk is our only. Fuck. No, it's just milk. chocolate or white.
But you have canned apple juice, apparently.
Yeah.
The thing.
Okay.
Dole apple juice.
No,
I've
I don't-
seen
I
that.
It's in plastic bottles here.
Chris, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
it's all
I've seen
plastic here.
Really?
I mean, apple juice.
seen
I can't
canned
think
apple
about
juice, yeah.
Does anybody remember the old school juicy juice that was just a tin can that somebody made this big?
I do not, in fact.
Nah.
Pretty much what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
this big, and it's
Oh no, I'm talking.
The
like-
only time
like
the
like a
only time
schooner.
I've ever seen canned juice at all was there's a brand of juice available only in Hawaii that has but it's like a it's almost like a Kool-Aid, like it's all kind of different flavors and there's some mixtures and that sort of thing. So it's
But
not
there's
just
also,
this is
the,
apple juice, but it's available
there's
in
the
soda
orange
cans.
juice concentrate that you
yeah,
take out the orange juice and you mix it with
yeah.
water.
We have that.
Okay, yeah.
We have that too. I grew up on it because I grew up
We have
poor,
that.
apparently.
What other crazy Canadian? Josh is also Canadian, but it's like I live in some
What?
weird psycho
Yeah.
universe, alternate universe.
You
What
live
other
in
Canadian
Canada's
ones do you
Canada.
have? I've been to a Steak and Shake.
I have
haven't
one. I have one like
Oh,
5
no, I
minutes
have
from my
been.
place.
I have been in
I
Vegas.
love
That's just steak and milkshakes.
Chris,
Do you not? Hold on, Jordan. Have you been to a Steak and Shake, Jordan?
No, I don't even know what steak and shake is.
What?
Oh, jeez.
I grew up
I've heard
in
of a
the
steak and
middle
shake,
of
but I've never been to one.
bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, that's usually where Steak and Shakes are.
they're off
Not
the
lying.
I don't
interstate.
think,
Not
I don't think
lying.
Iowa has any.
I find it
This
odd that when I
logo
go
looks
through the US, I have to
familiar.
go through all these tolls. We don't have that in Canada.
Yeah, welcome to America.
Like everything's
Make
a
us
toll.
pay for the roads.
Okay,
I go through a
why.
toll
Because
road,
there are
and it's
no
like, do you have a quarter? I'm like, I don't have change, and then they look at you weird, like I'm wrong. I'm like, but it's all plastic, and they're like, yeah, you owe us 80 cents for this ride. I'm like, but I don't get it. Like, you can just drive across Canada.
There's no
and
steak and shake in New
in
York.
4 days.
Huh.
It's pretty cool.
Steak and bake.
No,
Steak and
steak
bake?
and shake. You can get a milkshake
Shake.
I know,
and a
but
burger and fries for like
It's like steak
$18.
burgers, and
Well,
it's all
yeah.
super, super cheap and really shitty, but also great
I have
at the
all
same
this.
time. Yeah, they got
We
the
go to-
the shoestring fries. Oh man, it's excellent.
So we would go, my wife and I would go with some friends. Traditionally, we go on Black Friday and we would drive to Pennsylvania. We cross the border and we do Black Friday shopping over in Pennsylvania for the outlet malls.
It's a long
So-
drive.
5 hours.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
It's not long.
I wouldn't want to drive it.
Okay. You show up on Black Friday, on the Friday where you have your Thanksgiving. We just had our Canadian Thanksgiving.
did.
What up? Yeah. There
Hey,
you go. There you go. That was something. So we have you have your Black Friday and your Thanksgiving. We show up on the Friday night and then you shop across the border like crazy. Your deals are insane, even on conversion. And then my wife like hides all the shoes in the trunk. But like we would go to the malls, the outlet malls, and we get shoes. And no joke, we would buy like you'd walk in and they would hand you a coupon that you could use in the store same time. Not like, hey, on your next
Mhm.
purchase, you can use it was like everything's 40% off. This coupon gives you an additional 20% off, and it's a buy one, get one 50% off. I'm like, and that's stackable. And they're like, yeah, just buy everything. I'm like, oh, this is insane. So it was like $60 for 3 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
Just as an example. And
I wanna be
games.
the
I would go to
bad
GameStop.
fan.
What's that?
My headphones are dying, so just letting you know.
I feel like we've gotten off course a little bit.
A little bit.
Just-
Sorry.
Just a little bit.
I think we just discovered we definitely need a fast food show.
Yeah, 100%.
sure.
Add that to
Absolutely.
the list. Add that to the list.
fast
Al,
food
what's up with you?
Fridays.
What?
What's up with you? What's
What's your
Oh.
deal?
your deal?
Oh,
Oh,
guess
Yeah,
just
punk.
I guess I'll just pitch my nostalgia month for my Twitch. Currently going through so October, mostly known as a spooky month. I'm not a fan of horror games or the horror genre. So I decided to do a nostalgia month where I go revisit games from my childhood and my formative gaming years. So far I've played Pokemon Silver, Crash Bandicoot Warped, and then this hidden gem of a GameCube game called Amazing Island. I'm starting up Tuesday, going to be doing Mega Man X4, then Mario Kart Double Dash, and then the following week, the last week of October, I'm doing Super Smash Bros. Melee, and then finishing it up with the game that started my passion, that turned video games from a hobby into a passion, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And you can find that at twitch.tv/albob875 every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
That's fantastic.
That's his deal.
Well, guys, I think that we've been going now for a couple of hours, at least on our end. But the show
Yeah.
intro pilot has, I think, sprung some life into what we can definitely be talking about, because I love the
for
idea of
sure.
fast food and compare our notes of countries and places we go and the things that we do in our fridges. We could legit do like a fridge episode.
Sorry, I
This
thought
has
we
gone
were
off the
pimping
rails.
our stuff at the end. My bad.
But guys, if you're cool with it, I think that maybe it's a good spot to wrap up for the
Absolutely.
day and the
Definitely, yeah.
evening. I think that this has been a lot of fun, and I think we've got a lot of the creative juices really flowing.
Oh, for sure.
Way to
the
go,
creative
Austin. Way
milk.
to be and
Yeah,
some
dude.
Were they
say?
bagged or in plastic creative juices?
end it now. End it now.
Wrap it up.
I'm gonna go have my bag of milk now. My
My
Cheerios.
creative juices come in a 3-pack.
They come in 3-packs. That,
Yeah, I was about to ask, does it
$7.
come in a bigger bag?
It comes in a bag. It's in a bag in the fridge of the grocery store. I hate you, Chris. Oh my. You get 3 of them, and no, you can't buy mini Ziploc like to goes. So wait, no, you thought you thought that you could actually go into like your gas station and go, hey Bill, you got the little travel bags?
No, because he just casually drinks the milk as an adult. He was more asking in elementary school when they
No. I was going for the gas
Yeah.
station because he said that they had them in elementary schools. But my thing was like if you wanted for whatever reason to be like,
Just
hey,
an
I really
individual
want
one.
some milk. I want an individual milk. Do they come in small little individual like 18-ounce sizes?
In bags.
That was in bags. That was my question. Small bags, not like put in your fridge big.
No, I'm with you. I'm just figuring out how to not clock you through the screen.
I actually think there's an idea there, and I think we need to get on this now. The bagged milk to go. Start selling it.
Excellent.
Compact.
Exactly.
Official WayPoint branded bagged milk.
If you had 50 of those in your fridge, mini to-go bags, you can't tell me you wouldn't just be snagging those left and right. Just
that's
pop
the point.
No,
That's why
exactly.
you'd have them.
You know, like when you're only having a couple.
He's trying to make
cookies.
fun of me. That's exactly what I'm going for here.
No, I mean, I went to like a really hipsterish homemade cookie place in Brooklyn today, and literally, it's the first time ever in a restaurant that I went. Yeah, let me get the side of milk.
Oh yeah, that's the only time I have milk at all is with cookies.
Yeah,
or like cake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably the only times you really have.
When I
it.
was a senior in high school, I used to make what I called Oreo milk because I was a disgusting piece of shit who got home early and didn't know how to cook yet. So I would take 6 Oreos, double stuffed, break them apart, lick the frosting off, put the cookies aside. Once the frosting removal was done, just crush the cookies in my hand into the glass, fill it with milk, stir it so the Oreos just got soaked in the milk, and chug it.
And you get all that residue, you get all that nice at the bottom too.
Yeah, and you get to just let it fall into your
Yeah, and you just go. You're just doing that.
If you wanted chocolate milk, they make like syrup or something for that.
No. This isn't chocolate milk. This is Oreo.
Oreos are chocolate.
No. But
no, it's not the same thing.
I know it's not, but that's so much more work.
But it's so much better.
But it's so better. It's so much better. You just want to guzzle like just some like chocolate syrup. Like that's your business. Do you guys put ketchup in the fridge or not?
Yes.
After you open it.
What's the time?
Yes. Before opening,
Do I put
covered.
what in the fridge?
Ketchup.
Yeah, after
ketchup
opening.
goes in the fridge.
After opening.
Absolutely.
Peanut butter.
No.
No.
What?
Jelly's also after opening.
Yes.
Yes.
Jelly's after opening.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going condiments. Like that's baseline.
I don't like the idea of cold peanut butter.
Nah.
No.
Put regular butter. in
Yeah,
the
not my
fridge.
thing.
Regular butter fridge.
Regular butter in the
But
fridge.
if it's the like Uncrustables, or if it's the jelly and peanut butter in one jar fridge.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Smucker's makes it.
Yeah, there's like that natural peanut butter. That gooey stuff gets an oil layer that goes in the fridge.
Yeah.
You gotta stir. Who needs to stir their peanut butter? Like it's 6 a.m. and you're like, I gotta get up and
My sister's a health freak, and she has powdered
Actually,
peanut butter.
it's way better.
powdered peanut butter.
Yeah.
Austin,
Especially if you get it chunky.
Oh, chunky's so good. Full nuts in your mouth, Chris. Yeah.
Just like to swish them around a little bit, you know.
Right? You get the ones stuck in the back of your tooth.
You know what I mean?
And then you just go, oh,
I know
this
what
is
you
for
mean,
my
Chris.
mouth. What do I need?
Another
a small
side
bag of milk.
tangent.
If
All
only
right,
I
guys.
had if only I had an 8-ounce bag of milk.
Jordan's
But I only
going out
have
on a
1
high
liter.
note.
My
Ruining.
headphones are going to die.
Okay,
That's what
I
we're trying
think
to wrap
that
up.
ends it.
Big budget signal.
Episode. Guys, thank you for joining us at WayPoint for our first inaugural pilot episode of the show. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. I've had a lot of fun, and now I have more questions about life and what we do here. But I do want to thank everybody from Al and Jordan and Chris and Josh and Austin. Guys, thank you so much for joining all of us. I'm Matt, and we will be back in a few weeks, over the next couple of weeks, I should say. And we will be doing what, guys? I'm going to say, Josh, what are we doing? It's coming up on the show.
We are ranking all the games that are coming to the PlayStation Plus collection on PS5.
There you go. So, guys, stay tuned for that because we will be coming at you over the next couple of weeks, doing our PS collection reviews and rankings and getting all our insights and thoughts. And then we'll be letting you know about all the future content coming down the pipe.